for the news on the hour by 1 p.m. every day on Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. Shining Supreme.
From the news desk of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is News on the Hour.
In the headlines, U.S. Senator accuses Nigerian officials of complicity in killings of Christians. President Tinubu blasts opposition, says democracy will endure in Nigeria. Adelabu set to resign as power minister ahead of 2027 Oyo governorship bid. Gunmen kill 2 in fresh attack on Plateau community. On the foreign scene, UK inflation rises to 3.3% as Middle East conflict drives energy costs. And in sports news, the Tigers draw France, Hungary, Korea in 2026 FIBA World Cup group. Good afternoon and thank you for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. This is the News on the Hour. I am BISOLA ODUWOLE SULIEMAN. We'll bring you details of the news after this break. Please stay with us.
We've all heard about home fires taking lives and destroying all that a family owns. These tragedies are reminders for us to double-check for fire safety. Make sure your home has properly installed and working smoke alarms. Practice a fire escape plan. Never leave cooking food unattended for long. Teach children never to hide but leave if there's a fire. Switch off all electrical appliances when not in use. In cases of fire, remember, the most important thing to do is to protect lives first.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
Welcome back from that short break. Please note that you can listen to us via our website www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 87 FM and YouTube Diamond FM Ilorin. Now the news in detail. United States Senator Ted Cruz has alleged that the Nigerian government officials are complicit in the killing of Christians in the country. Cruz made the claim on Tuesday during the Senate Foreign Relations Subcommittee hearing on the U.S. approach to counterterrorism in Africa. The lawmaker asserted that Nigeria records some of the highest numbers of killings of Christians globally, claiming that since 2009, over 50,000 Christians have been killed, while more than 20,000 churches, schools and religious institutions have been destroyed. He described the situation as a mass murder and accused authorities of failing to act decisively. Cruz further linked the violence to the implementation of Sharia law in several northern states, arguing that it has contributed to insecurity and religious tensions. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has criticized opposition politicians, accusing them of undermining the very democratic values they claim to uphold. The president made the remarks on Tuesday while hosting a delegation of political leaders from Enugu State at the presidential villa in Abuja. According to a statement by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, Tinubu also took a swipe at past governance decisions, particularly in the power sector, blaming previous administrations for the country's electricity challenges. He said efforts are ongoing to rebuild the sector, restore hope, stressing that the administration's commitment to delivering sustainable development for Nigerians. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has alerted Nigerians to increasing cyber hack attempts targeting personal bank accounts through fraudulent messages and emails falsely claiming to originate from the Apex Bank. The warning was issued in a statement on Tuesday by the bank's acting director of corporate communications, Akama Sidi Ali. According to the regulator, the deceptive messages are designed to mislead unsuspecting members of the public into revealing sensitive, personal, and financial information. The bank noted that such communications often include links that, when clicked, could compromise users' accounts and expose them to financial loss. Still in the news, Nigeria's Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, is expected to resign his position in the coming days as he prepares to contest the Oyo State governorship election in 2027. His special advisor on strategic communications and media relations, Tunji Bolaji, disclosed that the minister has already informed Bola Ahmed Tinubu of his decision during a meeting on Tuesday, receiving the president's backing. Bolaji stated that the timing of Adelabu's anticipated resignation reflects his commitment to stabilizing the power sector before exiting office. Youth members of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Kwara Central Senatorial District have accused the state government of orchestrating a political witch hunt against former Senate President Bukola Saraki. The group described the fresh 20-count culpable homicide charge linked to the offer robbery as a recycled vendetta lacking credible evidence. They argued that similar allegations in the past had collapsed under legal scrutiny, insisting that the latest move would suffer the same fate. According to the coalition, the timing of the charges reflects political anxiety within the ruling government ahead of the 2027 elections. They further criticized the state administration for allegedly diverting public funds into what they termed frivolous litigation instead of addressing insecurity, poverty, and infrastructure deficits. Moving on from that story, a People's Democratic Party PDP aspirant for the Ilorin East, Ilorin South Federal Constituency, Honorable Bashir Olayinka Amule, has alleged that the All Progressives Congress APC used the Otogem movement as a political conspiracy to remove former Senate President Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki from power in the 2019 general elections. Amule made the claim on Tuesday while speaking on Diamond FM's popular program, Ebawa Dasi. He stated that Governor Abdurrahman Abdurazak was not the people's preferred candidate in 2019, alleging that he was selected and presented by the APC for the election. The PDP aspirant, who said he was a member of the APC during the 2019 elections before leaving the party in 2024, added that the strength of the Otogem movement at the time was enough to deliver victory for any candidate presented by the party. He claimed that even if another person had been fielded by the APC, such a candidate would still have won the election. And lastly, on the local scene, gunmen on Tuesday night killed 2 persons in a fresh attack on Kuru community in Jos South local government area of Plateau State. The attackers reportedly stormed the Dabwak area near Government Science School, Kuru, at about 10 p.m., opening fire on residents and causing widespread panic. Confirming the incident, Ruang Tengwang, Publicity Secretary of the Birom Youth Molders Association (BYM), described the recurring attacks on Plateau communities as one too many, urging security agencies to take urgent action to protect lives and bring perpetrators to justice. A resident, Dangwang Elisha, said the gunmen struck under the cover of darkness, forcing many to flee for safety. He called for improved security presence and proactive intelligence gathering, warning that residents can no longer continue living in fear while efforts to reach police spokesman Alfred Alabo were unsuccessful. And that's it on the local scene. The news on the hour is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM. Ilorin, we take a short break. When we return, we'll bring you foreign and sports news. On the foreign scene, UK's inflation rises to 3.3% as Middle East conflict drives energy costs. We'll bring you that story and many others after the break. Please stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Diamond 87 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuned in and joining us, you're listening to the news on the hour, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. Before that break, we brought you local stories. Now we move on to the foreign scene. In foreign news, Britain's annual inflation rate rose to 3.3% in March, driven by a surge in oil and gas prices linked to the ongoing Middle East conflict, according to data released by the Office for National Statistics. The Consumer Price Index, CPI, climbed from 3.0% recorded in February, reflecting mounting cost pressures on households and businesses. Commenting on the development, Grant Fitzner, chief economist at the Statistics Office, said the increase was largely due to rising fuel costs, which recorded their biggest jump in over 3 years. The spike follows volatility in global energy market, triggered by tensions involving the United States and Iran. Still in foreign news, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi on Tuesday received his Finnish counterpart Alexander Stubb in Cairo for high-level talks centered on the shifting global order and rising geopolitical tensions. Discussions covered developments in Iran, the Strait of Hormuz, Gaza, and broader Middle East dynamics, alongside bilateral relations and international issues. Speaking at a joint press conference, Stubb noted that challenges facing Europe and the Middle East are increasingly interconnected, stressing the need for a rules-based international system. And that's it in foreign news. Moving into the world of sports, Nigeria's the Tigress have been drawn in Group B alongside France, Hungary and South Korea for the 2026 FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2026. The draw sets up a challenging group stage for the African champions as they prepare to face some of the world's top-ranked teams. France, ranked second globally, are favourites to top the group, while Nigeria sits 8 in the world rankings and continue their push for consistency at the elite level. Still in sports news, Victor Osimhen is expected to make his return from injury when Galatasaray face Gençlerbirliğ in a Turkish Cup's quarterfinal clash at Rams Park on Wednesday. The Nigerian striker has missed the club's last 4 matches due to an arm injury. Osimhen was included in the matchday squad for the recent league meeting between both sides but did not feature. However, he completed full training with his teammates on Monday, boosting hopes of his return to competitive action. And that's it in the world of sport. With that, we've come to the end of the news on the hour for today. But before we go, here is a recap of the highlights. U.S. Senator accuses Nigerian officials of complicity in killings of Christians. President Tinubu blasts opposition, says democracy will endure in Nigeria. Adelabu set to resign as power minister ahead of 2027 Oyo governorship bid. Gunmen killed 2 in fresh attack on Plateau community. And on the foreign scene, UK inflation rises to 3.3% as Middle East conflict drives energy costs. In sports news, the Tigress draw France, Hungary, Korea in 2026 FIBA World Cup group. And those are the major headlines as brought to you this afternoon. Before we wrap up the news, we take a look at our Today in History segment. Did you know that on this day in the year 1940, the Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Zulu Gambari, was born? Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact the Diamond FM newsroom number on 09160627526, 09160627526. Join us at 3 p.m. for the news flash and at 5 p.m. for the news across the world for a comprehensive bulletin. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at Diamond 87 FM, on Instagram and Facebook at Diamond FM Ilorin, on YouTube. Log on to our website www.diamondfm.net or download our app on Google Play Store and iOS Apple Store, Diamond FM, to keep up to date with us from any part of the world. The news on the hour was edited by Adeyemi Adewale. I am BISOLA ODUWOLE SULIEMAN. Thank you for listening to your shining supreme station. Please stay tuned for the news in Yoruba coming up shortly. Good afternoon.